morning, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Business Ambassadors. My name is Mary Noble, and my guest today, I'm with the Noblesville Chamber, and my guest today is Vali Wolfe. Vali,
Hello.
thanks for being here.
Absolutely.
And we're here to talk about a couple things going on in Noblesville that the Chamber's working on. But first, I wanted to talk a little bit about what you do and what company you are with, the travel agency in Carmel.
Yes.
You want to fill us in a little bit on what's going on at the travel agency?
Sure. I'm with the travel agent. It's in Carmel, Guilford and Carmel Drive. Basically, we are a full-service agency. I, however, handle all corporate travel.
Okay.
And unfortunately, things like the hurricane do not make our life any easier. So luckily, it didn't really hit land. There's been some island things attacked, and
Bermuda, I think, had
Bermuda's in trouble.
Yeah.
And basically, this is just a good note to think about when you want to travel in the fall and you want to go to the Caribbean. Highly recommend a cruise ship. It will take you somewhere different. That island's not moving.
Right. The island is
Hurricane's
stuck.
coming,
Yeah.
it's still there. So this is just my 2 cents for the day. I've been
Yeah.
a travel agent for about 36 years, and so that's always been my advice in the fall. So that's what we deal with there on the leisure side, and we do all sorts of leisure trips, and we have an organization we belong to called Virtuoso, which is a luxury line, so we do have some pretty nice benefits for those people wanting to travel and hit the higher end of travel. And then on the corporate side, we handle companies all over the place, not just in Indiana. Basically, we have an online booking tool, and we have full-service agents in-house. We can send you anywhere. Like I say, I'll send you someplace fun. I'm usually sending somebody to, like, Cleveland. If you got to go. We're there to take care.
So would a company, like, what if they only travel like once or twice a year? Is it still beneficial to use your company, or
Yes.
is it more for companies that are just traveling, monthly and weekly?
We kind of have both, but for the online booking tool, you really want to have a pretty high volume of travel to make it cost effective for the company, and that's what we help people evaluate to see what fits them best. But we do have full service agents, so we can have just a fee for the one time or the 2 times you need us, and that way you're getting all the service along with that.
Good. Well, what's the biggest headache that you take away from your clients that people think they can do it themselves, even a medium or large size company? But what do you take away that makes it much better?
The biggest things for corporate travel would be, number one, when you're standing in the middle of the airport and your flight's been canceled and you're number 200 in line. We are there to take care of you if you've worked with us, so then you're not 200 in line anymore, you could be number 1.
Yeah.
And then also, as far as medium to larger companies, we try to get everything focused, putting it all into one bucket, as we say. So we watch your dollars and help you take advantage of those benefits for hotels, cars, and airlines that are offered. And if you're not keeping track of it, nobody's going to know that you might qualify.
True.
So there's a couple of
that's a
things
good
that we can
point.
help both the traveler and the company.
Oh, that's good to know too. So, what's the best way to get a hold of you if someone out there is, their company are planning some upcoming conventions or events or travel?
Can call our office. When it's for corporate, we ask that they call our direct line to the corporate. It's 317-805-5767. And from that number, we can direct to whomever will be the appropriate person. We have people that even work outside of our office. A lot of specialists for the leisure travel in certain countries and different areas that you really want to get down to the nitty-gritty, and they know it. So we can transfer off to whatever need you might have.
Great. And what is the most popular destination?
I would
these
say
days?
right now we're really seeing a lot of Italy. A
Italy,
lot of travel this
yeah.
summer was to Italy, and can it be
What
any
ca-
better?
how can that go
Gorgeous.
wrong? Right.
You go
Right.
to eat. Oh, please.
Yeah. Drink wine. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, good. Well, on top of everything you do at work, you help the Noblesville Chamber a lot. You're a great volunteer. And one of the events that you've helped, this will be the 2nd year in a row, is our Women's Week. We call it WIN Week, Women in Noblesville. And do you want to tell us a little bit about what's coming up with that? And then we
Sure.
can share the excitement.
Well, last year,
Yeah.
like you say, was our first year.
Right.
And I was so excited to be a part of that. It was so much fun. Basically, we take the first week of November, and we try to have something every single day. Mostly learning seminars type of a thing, but a lot of networking with other women, just trying to, better ourselves along the way. Last year I thought was a huge success. We had a couple of candidates that we even helped back into the workforce, which is I think, really the most miraculous part of the whole
Awesome.
week.
Yeah.
And so we decided we have to do that again, right?
Right,
So
absolutely.
we're going to do it again.
We are.
So we're having new things, though, which is fun, because we're going to do some new events this year.
And we're kicking it off on Monday.
The
November 2nd.
2nd,
Yes.
exactly.
And so I know there's a home football game that day. So do you
Yes.
want to talk about the evening kickoff
The
part?
evening
Yeah.
kickoff on Monday night we're going to meet at Scotty's, the new one, 146 in Hazeldale.
Some people might not even know it's
Exactly.
there yet.
It's a
Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful place. And we're going to, if you love football, come. If you don't know anything about football, come. I know everything about football and can help you. And so we're going to watch the Colts
This
play
girl
because
knows
they're
everything. It's true.
exactly they're away. So no the hardcore fans will all be at home because there's not a home game. So we can all get together and watch the game. And there will be a lot of yelling. Yes,
It will be
because
fun.
I'll be there.
It will be fun. It will
And we'll
be
have
fun.
fun. And that's just going to be a way we're going to start with
Yeah.
kicking off the week, to have several of us together doing something fun.
Right. Well, that's the fun part too. And we'll have, I know we've got like a financial checkup seminar.
Yes.
We've got that Wednesday, a kind of our big women's luncheon that's going to be out at Mustard Seed, which will be fun. And St. Vincent Fishers is sponsoring that for us. So
Yes.
that'll be great, and a great networking opportunity as well.
It is. And last year at the luncheon, we had 100 people come.
Yeah, we did.
Packed house. It was a great event. Had it on Friday last year. We decided to do it on Wednesday, which I really like. And
I
then
like
maybe
it
you'll
too.
want to get together with some of your friends and come to events on Thursday and Friday.
Right.
But the luncheon gives you opportunities, even as a business, to have our showcase tables like we
Right.
did last year.
Right.
So people come early, visit with all the businesses. Then we have lunch. We learn a little bit about health, and hopefully this year it's nutrition.
It is. We are adding nutrition, so
Which is going to be great.
Yeah.
We need to hear more
we
about
do.
that.
Clean eating.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that'll be Wednesday. I know, and I know on Friday of the week, which we'll be wrapping up on Friday, in the morning at the Cambria Suites, we'll be having a true networking breakfast that we'll have a fun panel discussion as well on. Did we figure out the name totally? The title. Yeah.
We're still tweaking
We're
the title a
tweaking
little
the
bit.
title.
But it's all about that
Having it
work-life
all.
balance, having it all, and other myths that they
Yeah.
have tried to tell us women.
Right.
You cannot
doesn't
do
work.
that, but you can find what's best for you. So we're going to have a lot of people sharing their experiences and just a lot of back and forth
Interaction.
talk. Yeah,
It'll be-
it'll be good. It'll get us all motivated to
It will.
continue.
And that's something new. I think we had so many topics that we could cover, and we had to tweak it down because we only had 1 week. But we're trying to do some different things this
Yeah, very
year,
different,
but
very
still kind of keeping the theme of targeting women and doing seminars and events that will benefit women in
Yes.
Noblesville.
Well, I
So,
think one of the other good ones is our Gen Gap,
Oh,
the
I do.
generation gap,
Yeah.
and working together with the millennials, as we call them, coming into the workforce, and those of us who are still sticking around for the long haul, and how we can work better together. And we really have a very experienced
Oh, it's gonna
speaker
be good.
coming in on Thursday.
Right.
And we're going to meet out at Stone Creek at the Hamilton Town Mall.
Right.
And I can't wait to hear this one. I think it's going to
Yeah,
be great. And
it'll be
our
good.
committee is the best thing of all. We have
It is.
every age imaginable on our committee working towards this. So I think we're setting the example, and then we'll carry it through.
We do. And one other highlight of the week, quickly to get in, is on Tuesday at the Community Health building on 146 and Cumberland. We're going to have like a nonprofit speed dating,
Yes.
which will be amazing. Matching nonprofits with women who are interested in volunteering and trying to see where they best connect.
They fit.
And we'll have Joyce Irwin from the Community Health Foundation president kind of kick it off and speak and kind of give us some information, which I'm so
We
looking
all like
forward
to
to
help
that.
out. Now we'll find out where we fit the best.
Yeah, it'll be good. So we're looking forward to that. We have a couple more meetings to fine tune, but definitely go to our website,
Yes.
noblesvillechamber.com, and check out what we have in store. It'll be good. I hope the weather is good that week.
It will be.
Yeah, I think it will be.
Yeah, for sure.
So we'll be in and out, but look forward to some information on that. So Vali, thank you so much for coming in and filling us in on what you have going on, as well as your volunteer time with the Chamber. And we will be right back after this message.
When Margaret and I decided to sell the old estate here, we had only one choice in signage: Logan Street signs and banners. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore, but rather located on 10th Street on the south side of Noblesville. Well, we sold the old beauty, and we were able to buy this wonderful estate. And we had so much money left over, I was able to buy this beautiful 1968 Eldorado Cadillac for Margaret. Only 472,000 miles. Margaret loves it because it's got those big seats and that heavy-duty suspension to support her svelte frame. Next time you're looking for signs or banners, call old Jim at Logan Street Signs and Banners, 773-7200. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore.
Everyone knows it's easy to find first-run movies in the big theaters. But where can you go to watch your favorite classic movies on the big screen for the perfect night out? Why rent a flick when you can rent the entire theater? Call today to reserve our 32-seat theater for your next event, or just stop by to see what's showing this weekend. The 14 by 7 foot screen and the high quality digital surround sound system offers all the amenities you would expect from the big theaters, with a laid back atmosphere and comfortable seating of your own home. Wofford Theater at 1744 South 10th Street in Noblesville gives you the classic movies you want with a big theater experience.
Hey, we're back. I'm Mike Corbett, and I'm talking today with Darren Peterson, who organized this year and for the past couple of years an event in downtown Noblesville called Construction. And if you've been down in the square over the past weekend and throughout this week, you will see these models of buildings that have been built with cans. And so congratulations on getting this one going. This is the third year.
This is the third year.
All right, and this year we have more. In the past, you've only done one, but this year we got more than one going. So,
yeah.
So fill me in with the details.
So we, a few years ago, 3 years ago, we were having a conversation with the Noblesville Trustee's office, and we discovered that some of the statistics in Hamilton County are kind of staggering. You don't think about it when you pick up a magazine and you see all these great things going on, and you're listed in the top 5, 10 in the country for certain categories, but
right.
We have also 16% of Hamilton County students are on a free and reduced lunch program. Harvest Food Bank distributed 49,000 pounds of food in 2013. The Hamilton County pantries serve 27,000 people a year. 1 in 8 Hamilton County residents is food insecure. Nationally, it's 1 in 6, so we're not that far ahead of the national average.
Wow.
Some of these numbers, since 2000, between 2006 and 2013, poverty increased in Hamilton County by 67%. So these are kind of some staggering numbers. So we decided at Main Street to get a membership in Construction, which is an international organization that puts on these colossal food sculpture competitions across the country, across the world. And since they were formed in 1992, and they've given away 30 million pounds of food through these sculpture programs. And probably the one that most people have seen is at the State Fair. That's the exact same program. And Noblesville Main Street joined this organization, and 2 years ago in 2013 we did a collaboration instead of a competition. 5,000 cans. We put together a image, and you can see it on the screen, of the courthouse. We did that in the conference room.
Okay.
And we did that in collaboration with another architect. 5,000 cans. Great group of volunteers. The next year, we did it at Church Hill and Antrim. Exact same thing.
Which was last year.
Yep. We're kind of tripping over each other because we were getting a lot of interest. So this year we decided to break it into four sculptures and do a true competition.
Great.
And we have at Little Bloomers, which is the new clothing store at 982 Logan Street.
Mm-hmm.
We built the Kiwanis logo out of oatmeal cans.
Nice.
And we had a great turnout from the Kiwanis, and they're being a little bit competitive. Because what you're going to do is you're going to vote for your favorite sculpture with your own non-perishable donations.
Okay.
So the Kiwanis has already rallied. That's the challenge that's out there.
Okay.
And
did they paint that on there?
No, those are wrapped. Okay, so one problem we have, Kroger is an outstanding partner.
Yeah.
But they always change the color of their cans this time of year. So you do your sculpture, and then you might show up and you go to pick them up and it's like, uh-oh, these are the wrong color.
Okay. And those are oatmeal.
Those are oatmeal
cans. Okay.
Kroger doesn't listen to my marketing plans, but what we do is we wrap those with construction paper. So the day of the event, we took the logo, the 100-year anniversary of Kiwanis was this year.
Yeah.
We broke their logo up into a grid, and then we wrapped the cans and with construction paper and built this. It took a couple hours.
Because generally you try and match the colors of the cans up with the actual color of the building.
Yeah, and the courthouse, if you remember from the one we just saw, the courthouse, we had two different red, gold, yellow with the Kroger orange to make the colors of the courthouse. There you see it there.
Yeah.
And then the blue roof, which is really a gray slate, is macaroni, and then the trim is spaghetti.
So you didn't wrap those cans. Those are the actual cans with the actual labels on them.
Yep. But
that's what's cool about it.
Kiwanis was pretty specific. And then the second location is Kiln Creations. We built a Christmas tree to advertise, a holiday tree to advertise the holiday market coming up for Noblesville Main Street, December 6th. There it is.
There you go.
Then we have built a courthouse again at Church Hill and Antrim. Those are kind of nice to take those photos because this isn't the best photo, but you can get the courthouse behind the courthouse.
Sure.
So we did that one again this year, and that's at Church Hill and Antrim. And then the fourth one is at the Visitor Center, and that's Beards and Brews to advertise our annual Beard and Brew contest coming up,
which is coming up
24th.
Yeah. Okay.
And those are actual cans too. Those are not wrapped. The center is what is the center? Those are beets, and then it's surrounded by. We have some salmon in there too to get black. But anyway.
And it says at the bottom, it
spells out Beers
and Brews.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
We ran out of cans. We'd put the date on there too.
Okay. So people go around and how do they vote?
So you drop off your non-perishable food items for this week at any of these businesses during the day, and then we'll come in on Sunday at 3 o'clock and we're going to count the cans. And then we're going to break all these down and donate them to the trustee's office.
Okay, so you vote with your non-perishable items. However many you bring, that is your vote.
Yep, and if you can't get there when these businesses are open, you can drop them off at the visitor center and put a name on them who you want to vote for, or drop them off at the trustee's office anytime and put who you want to vote for. The point is to raise the cans and have a little fun.
Yeah.
But we're trying to get 1,500 votes or cans in addition to the 3,500 that we purchased to build the sculptures. And it's a great fun good time. We also, through sponsorship, how do we pay for this? Through sponsorships, and we've raised a little over $20,000 in the last 3 years to sponsor these cans. We purchased all these.
But Main Street is the one that's sort of getting this whole thing going.
Yeah.
Main Street's behind it, even though you go out to the different businesses within town.
Yeah.
And how do you decide where to go? How do you decide where to put these?
Well, it was sort of random.
Okay.
The 5,000 can sculpture that we did in the Visitor Center, that's Main Street's office, so that one was an easy one. The second year, we built it at Church Hill and Antrim, and I sort of forced it on them a little bit. They have an annual food drive in-house, and I use this to spur it on. Okay. It's a little bit large and intimidating, so I don't think anybody wanted to take it on. It's also, a lot of the retailers are getting ready for their holiday sales, and they don't want maybe some of their space taken up. So anybody that wants to get involved, I'd love to do 10 of these. I'd love to do 20 of these. 10, I can manage. 20, maybe a little. I'll need a few more volunteers. But we had great turnout this year, and any business that wants to get involved, we'd be happy to discuss how to get one in your facility.
Do they have to be downtown?
They should be downtown. It's not really critical. What's nice is you can walk around and see all of them. Mm-hmm. If somebody wanted to do one outside of town, we could certainly work that out. We might even be able to take photographs and vote online or something, but the point is to raise cans, non-perishable goods. This time of year, it's particularly important.
Yeah, I was going to say it's particularly timely right now, with the holidays coming up, and I know a lot of organizations do food drives around the holidays. Do you have a way for people, if they're interested in actually doing the building? I mean, you're an architect, so this is your baby. You love building and stuff like that.
I love it.
So, do you have trouble coming up with people who want to do it, or do you? Who does the building?
Well, that was really fascinating this year. We had another architecture firm, Matt Yates at KRM, builds and beers and brews. And that one collapsed a couple times, so we're not experts. I'm not making fun of the other architect because some of my people were helping him, but we had a collapse last year as well. So it is a lot of fun, and nobody gets hurt. And it's sort of a managed collapse. But
okay.
We get them put up, and the Kiwanis were great. They showed up, and we sort of just kind of figured out as we go, and we start stacking cans until they're tall enough, and we stop building.
So if people would like to have one of these in their windows, a business, can they also be the construction?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Right, so
and we kind of coach them along. The Kiwanis really kind of did it on their own. I was just kind of there directing traffic, and once you figure out and put it in a model, Kroger's done a good job of 3 little cans equals 2 big cans. So there's some magic to how they stack together because they've got to stack in their warehouse, and we kind of take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Coincidental.
So I'm kind of envisioning you kind of looking at a picture and walking around Kroger looking for the colors of cans.
So I did get thrown out of a Kroger a couple years ago because I got kind of engrossed in pulling down vegetable cans and stacking them up, and the manager came over and said, "Hey, what's going on here?" So I was asked to, I did explain myself and was asked to sort of
but
get some help.
It's a very creative approach to what can be an intractable problem, which is, feeding the hungry, especially over the holidays. So congratulations on getting it together, and I'm glad to see that it's growing in Noblesville now.
Absolutely.
The 3rd year, and we got 4 models now over the course, and you with a goal of 10 is great, and possibly even make it to 20.
5,000 cans every year, and our goal was to get to 10,000 cans and just keep growing and growing this event. And the trustees office are 9 pantries in Noblesville and 20, I'm going to say the wrong number, 28 in Hamilton County, which is an amazing number.
Wow.
And this all gets distributed to those pantries and then out into the public.
Yeah.
And we'd love to grow it next year. And the thing that you can do to help me this year is the next week, visit one of these 4 locations, drop off your non-perishable food items, and we'll make sure those get to the pantries.
That's great. It's a great cause. Congratulations, Darren.
Thank you.
So get out there and check out the 4 models that are in downtown Noblesville here over the next week, because it ends Sunday, right?
It ends Sunday.
So you got to do it this week. Bring some non-perishable items and vote with your cans, and enjoy it as we approach the holidays here, and make sure that we fill up our food pantries so that we can feed the hungry this holiday season. Thanks for coming. We'll be back in a minute.
When Margaret and I decided to sell the old estate here, we had only one choice in signage: Logan Street signs and banners. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore, but rather located on 10th Street on the south side of Noblesville. Well, we sold the old beauty, and we were able to buy this wonderful estate. And we had so much money left over, I was able to buy this beautiful 1968 Eldorado Cadillac for Margaret. Only 472,000 miles. Margaret loves it because it's got those big seats and that heavy-duty suspension to support her svelte frame. Next time you're looking for signs or banners, call old Jim at Logan Street Signs and Banners, 773-7200. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore.
Everyone knows it's easy to find first-run movies in the big theaters. But where can you go to watch your favorite classic movies on the big screen for the perfect night out? Why rent a flick when you can rent the entire theater? Call today to reserve our 32-seat theater for your next event, or just stop by to see what's showing this weekend. The 14 by 7 foot screen and the high quality digital surround sound system offers all the amenities you would expect from the big theaters, with a laid back atmosphere and comfortable seating of your own home. Wofford Theater at 1744 South 10th Street in Noblesville gives you the classic movies you want with a big theater experience.
Hey, we're back. Mary and I, and just to make sure that you're on board with what's happening here with Business Ambassadors is that we are, this is kind of a new model, and we are rotating hosts over the course of the entire month. It won't always be the same two people up here, so we hope you kind of enjoy this format. Be sure to watch us every week, because every week it's somebody different interviewing somebody different. But let's talk a little bit about what the Chamber had going this past weekend, or past Friday, wasn't it?
Yeah, this past
celebrating
Friday.
80
years.
80 years, which is
Yeah.
a long time.
80 years.
Yeah, so, and you had the theme was the 80s, right?
It was.
Yeah, so
oh
tell
my
us what
gosh.
happened
It
there.
was so fun. So we had our event at Purgatory Golf Club, 80 years celebrating. So we kept with the 80 theme. So we asked people to dress up in 80s, in their best 80s attire, and we didn't know, what we would get. We thought maybe a few people will, and I did.
So a few people did?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Everybody did?
Just about everyone. There were a couple who didn't, but there was some good.
Okay.
Yeah.
And 80s was, I lived
gosh.
through them, so I should
Yes,
remember,
and
but
I
it was a
did too.
long time ago.
Yes, it was. I mean, there was everything.
Big
from
hair.
the big hair. We had the preppy people. We had some fun concert T-shirts.
Early video games.
Oh, we had Pac-Man going. We had
Pac-Man, okay.
we had
Space
a fun,
Invaders.
Oh, yeah, it was fun, and we had Lori Coppold from Pictures and Posters set up a great kind of photo booth, and you could go
really?
over and dress, put some fun little props on.
Yeah.
And so they had a great time with that. But oh my gosh, 80 years is.
That's a good long time. And actually, I'll take advantage of this opportunity to just mention, many people probably noticed that you're not in that building
That is
along
true.
Connor Street anymore.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit what's going on with
so
that.
we are temporarily waiting to find our permanent location. So right now we are over in the Tailored Systems building at 147th and Cumberland.
Oh, okay.
So we're so happy that Bill Taylor is helping us out and letting us
Letting you use that space?
Yes,
Good.
yes.
He's got a nice facility.
He has a fantastic facility. So
So your
hopefully-
telephone needs are probably taken care of as well.
Oh, it couldn't have been an
You guys
easier
have the best
transition.
telephone
Couldn't have been
system
an
around.
easier
That's right.
transition.
Good.
So that's great, and we'll be there, for a few months at least. So soon, hopefully, on one of these shows, I will have an announcement on where we will.
Where you're gonna be moving
yes,
to?
We're working on it right now.
Good.
So.
Good.
Next
And
Logan Street signs and banners is where they're moving.
oh yeah.
Could be. Yeah, you can see me here every week.
Yeah,
That
we're
would be
kicking Yancy out. We're kicking Yancy out of that room and let them have it.
Right. Good. And I believe I saw that Shepherd Insurance is going into
They
their
are,
sign
yeah.
is going
And in
up.
fact,
so
I think they may be in there right now.
Oh,
so
really?
I think they might
Moving
be
in?
this week starting.
good,
So,
good.
which is good. So it's nice
Yeah.
to see it.
go to a private
Quick,
business.
yes.
And it's a nice visible location.
It is.
Well, let me
It's a
also
great
just mention we
location.
have a new Hamilton County Business Magazine
Yes.
coming out. This is the October-November edition. It always comes out the first week of the month of the 2-month period that we're talking about. On the cover, we decided to go with kind of a fall theme, kind of a haunted theme. It's called Haunted Hamilton County, and it's Mike and Nicole Kabrowski, who've over the past 10, 15 years or so have had a business called Historic Indiana Ghost Walks and Tours, and they actually give ghost tours around Hamilton County and actually Indianapolis as well. They're actually publishers. They have a publishing business called Unseen Press, and they publish books on haunted places, and they actually give tours on buildings and places, cemeteries, and so forth, and do a
That's
lot of
great.
research and try and corroborate the stories as best they can.
So where in Hamilton County do they?
Well, they are located in Westfield,
Okay.
and so a lot of the research that they do over there is in Westfield Friends Cemetery and that kind of thing.
Okay.
But we also have a picture of them in here where they took a picture of Riverside Cemetery in Noblesville as well, right
Ooh,
there.
that'll be a good read.
So yeah, there's a good story about them. We've got a story on placemaking, which is kind of what everybody's trying to do these days, trying to make your cities, locales into the kinds of places that people want to go and congregate and so forth. So sure to pick up a copy. It's available, well, it'll be available at the Chamber,
Yes.
but it's also available downtown at the rack in front of the Key Bank and at Noble Coffee and Tea. If you belong to any chamber in Hamilton County, you actually get one in the mail. And so
Excellent.
that's our show for today.
That's great. Well, thanks.
Yeah, good
been
talking to
fun.
you. We'll have another couple here again next week for Business Ambassadors. We thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you again in the future.